I am speaking with John Roeder of SMU Cox, and he has agreed to answer a few questions for us. Thank you. So first up, what schools, if any, rejected you?
I had a very interesting MBA application process in the sense that I was a late applicant, and some changes occurred within my company or organization, which at the time was Arthur Andersen Business Consulting, and I realized that now was the time to go pursue my MBA. And for me, unlike many applicants out there, I applied to one school, and I decided I wanted to stay in the DFW area to go to my MBA program. Applied to one school late in the process, was admitted to the Cox School of Business at SMU, and chose to enroll. It turns out to be a very good choice in the sense that about a month into my MBA program, my firm, one of the big 5 firms, ceased to exist due to the Enron story that hit the news about a month into my program. And the timing couldn't have been better. I never could have planned for that to be the case, but it was a situation where I don't advise just applying to one program. I think it's important to have options out there. If I could go back into time, if I were applying earlier in the process, I would have likely applied to a number of schools and a number of programs. And I think it's good to really be able to look at all of the opportunities that are out there. For me, it seemed to have worked out, but I do encourage that diversity of schools in the application process.
Second question, which part of the application process at Cox would you most like to skip if you were applying today?
For me, the application process I would love to skip is the essays. I truly am the type of person who likes to tell my story verbally in person versus putting it down on paper. The value of putting it down on paper is important for the applicant in the sense that you're thinking through your career goals, short-term, long-term, what you ultimately want to do. But the process of writing was not necessarily my greatest forte. I came from a quantitative background as an accounting undergrad. I can tell you that within business schools and business school programs, having great writing abilities can really be an asset. So those who have English backgrounds, liberal arts backgrounds, you will be coveted for projects within your business school environments and teams. But for me, the essays were probably the one that I would have wanted to skip.
And last question, what is the best thing you have read, watched, or listened to recently?
I've been actually watching a series of PBS shows that's about all of the presidents of the United States, and I'm starting to watch them kind of in order in terms of those from about World War II forward. And so I've gone through Truman, I've gone through Nixon, I've gone through Kennedy, I've gone through Johnson. So I'm up to that point right now. But to me, the history of politics in the United States is really interesting to me, and where these leaders came from, what their leadership styles were like. It really has been a really interesting series, and I've learned an immense amount. And actually being here right now in Washington, D.C., answering these questions, it's hard to be in the hotel when I can go be out actually being at some of the historical landmarks here in the U.S. and learning even more.
Well, thank you so much. We will free you up to go out and learn even more.
Thank you.
Appreciate your taking part.
Absolutely.